Everybody hi. Every few months a story makes the rounds about a common food, herb or supplement that supposedly outperforms modern medicine. The format is familiar. A simple natural product, sometimes garlic, turmeric, vinegar or oregano oil, is said to cure infections, reverse aging, or beat out prescription drugs. These claims are irresistible. They promise a shortcut, a return to nature, and an answer to problems even scientists struggle with. But the reality is usually very different. Why the story spreads? They begin with a dramatic anecdote, a student experiment, a small study, or an isolated lab test gets presented as groundbreaking proof. They highlight the positives, skip the caveats. Numbers like 100 of bacteria eliminated sound definitive but are usually based on controlled laboratory conditions that don't reflect the complexity of human health. They tap into our hopes and fears. The rise of antibiotics resistance, chronic disease, and side effects of pharmaceutical market makes the idea of a natural alternative deeply attractive. The oregano oil example. One widely shared article claims oregano oil kills bacteria more effectively than the antibiotic amoxicillin. It drew attention to natural compounds in oregano, carbaryl and thymol, that can damage bacterial cells. That part is scientifically accurate, but only in test tube conditions. In real human infections, there is no evidence that oregano oil can safely and effectively replace antibiotics. The dose needed might irritate or harm human tissue, and the oil strength varies widely across products. The pattern of overstatement. The oregano story is not unique. Similar claims have been made about coconut oil against viruses, cranberry juice against urinary tract infections, or turmeric as a cancer cure. Why they all share is the leap from preliminary or lab-based findings to sweeping health promises. How to read these claims critically? Ask where the study was done. Petri dish, animal model, or actual human trial. Look for details about sample size, replication, and peer review. Check whether risk, dosing, and safety issues are discussed or ignored. Notice where the article suggests replacement or proven treatments, which is usually red flags. The balanced view. Natural compounds are worth studying. Many modern medicines, including aspirin or penicillin, came from plants or microbes. But moving from lab observations to safe, effective therapies taken years or research, careful dosing studies and clinical trials. Skipping those steps leads not to breakthrough, but to misleading headlines. The allure of the miracle cure and the reader's power. We have all seen the headlines. This common kitchen spice kills all bacteria. Or forget medicine. This herb is the new cure for everything. They pop up on your feeds, promising easy, natural, and simple solutions to complex health problems. From garlic to turmeric and from vinegar to oregano, these stories are designed to be tempting. They tap into our desire for quick fix and our hopes for a world where wellness does not come with a prescription, a long list of side effects, or a healthy price tag. But behind these compelling headlines, a crucial part of the story is often missing. The traces, the journey from a promising natural compounds to a proven medicine is long, rigorous, and anything but simple. From test tube to human body, a vast gap. The most common mistake in these miracle cure articles is that leap from laboratory observation to a real-world medicine claim. They highlight dramatic findings, like a study showing that oregano oil killed 100% of bacteria in a lab dish. While scientifically fascinating, this is not a medical endorsement. It's a classic case of what scientists call an in vitro in a test tube study, not an in vivo in a living organism study. What works in a controlled lab environment, a simple solution of bacteria and a compound, often does not translate to the complex, interconnected system of the human body. Think about it. The human body has a digestive system, a bloodstream, and a complex microbiome. A compound that is potent in a petri dish might be poorly absorbed, metabolized into an inactive form, or even become toxic when consumed. The same applies to safety. An article may highlight a compound's effectiveness without mentioning a safe and effective dose for humans, or the potential for allergic reactions or liver toxicity at higher concentrations. The hallmarks of scientific integrity. A scientifically rigorous approach is not about being cynical, it's about being discerning. A responsible reader looks for evidence that goes beyond a single dramatic anecdote or a small lab study. To become an empowered reader, you must ask these critical questions. Is there evidence from human clinical trials? This is the gold standard for medical research. It involves testing a substance on a large group of people to determine its safety and effectiveness. Has the finding been replicated? The scientific process is built on replication. A single study, no matter how dramatic its finding, is not enough. Other independent researchers must be able to reproduce the results. Is safety and dosage addressed? Articles that are purely promotional with rarely mention the potential risk or the complexities of proper dosing. The true scientific story includes both the benefits and the potential downsides. Who is the source? Was the article published in a respected peer-reviewing journal or on a blog that sells the product it's promising? The bottom line is that natural products can be a wonderful source of inspiration for new medicines. Many life-saving drugs today were originally derived from plants, but turning a plant into a safe, reliable, and effective therapy takes years of meticulous study. The next time you see a headline claiming that a common spice beats an antibiotic, don't dismiss it entirely. Treat it as an interesting hypothesis. File it away as a curious fact, but do not, under any circumstances, treat it as a medical fact. Your health is too important to be based on anything less than solid, rigorous science. Thanks for likes and sharing.